So Hourglass came out with customizable palettes, which I absolutely love. Everybody's been asking for them. Oops. So it's great that Hourglass finally listened. Not sure what this is. Oh. And then a cute little mini blush, which I'm giving to a friend. So this is the customizable palette. It only comes in 4 shades. A lot of the other ones had 6 shades. So this is, let's see, does it even say it on there, on the back? Yeah, it does. So it actually does say what it is. So you've got the finishing powder in diffused light, which is this. I use it as a setting powder, but it says finishing powder, but I always use it as a setting powder. And then you've got this beautiful corally pink blush, which was in the Elephant palette. It wasn't available as a single, so I was really excited when this customizable palette came out and I was able to get this color. I hope they release that other blush color. I don't know why I didn't get that, but I did. And the blush is called Iridescent Coral. So it's so beautiful. Now, by the way, I have this shade and this shade already. I think I may actually have this shade in other palettes, but I love that this is curated for me so I can just take it and go. And then this bronzer is the Natural Bronze Light. Now these pans are really small. I wish they were just a little bit bigger, but because you want to be able to get your bigger brushes in. Not so much of a problem with these 3, but certainly it is a problem with the bronzer. And then the highlighter is the Celestial Strobe. And isn't that pretty? So beautiful. I'm so excited for this. I'm thinking about curating a second one with obviously shades that, there's a bronzer that I want that I don't really want to get the large size, and I really love having that diffused light. You can get it in a single, and I have gotten it in a single before, but I never use all of it, so I actually kind of like this. I just wish it was just a smidge bigger so you could get the brushes in the pans. Oop, and this is upside down. Okay, well. So I purchased a lot of Nars. So this palette came out and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. So it came out in like 3 different shades, light, medium, and dark, for people with, different skin tones. And this was the light one. Oh my God, that is so pretty. So this is Thrill. I've had this before. This is Laguna 1. I actually do have this already, but I didn't have these 2 and I really, really wanted it. And I love the fact, again, that this is in a smaller kind of curated size. So I am pretty psyched about this, especially this color. Oh my God, isn't that beautiful? So I'm so excited for this. And I think these are about the same size palettes, so they're pretty consistent in size, but the pans look a little bit bigger in here. Or maybe because they're flatter, so you can kind of get your brush in there. So so this is the new formula, which I don't know. I haven't tried the new formula yet, so but I did see this in store and I saw that the Orgasm formula was very different, the new one and the old one. So I wasn't thrilled about that, but we're gonna try it in real life. So this is, oh yeah, that is very different. So this is far more, so this is the new formula Orgasm. And as you can see, it's far more peachier than the pink Orgasm, and they basically just ruined, they just ruined this blush. So yeah, I'm totally disappointed. That stinks. Oh well. And then I picked up Foreplay. These names are just awful. Oh, that's really pretty. So that's more like a bronzer and a blush kind of combined, but that is very, very pretty. And then this is the last blush I got, which is Orgasm Flush. These names are terrible. I hate saying them. Oh, this kind of looks like the other one. Interesting. But it is pretty. This is a little bit probably more reddish. Let me see. Let's put them together. This is a little lighter. It probably has more shimmer to it. And this has a little bit more red in it, but you probably don't need both. Let's be honest here. You don't need both. And then I got this as a free gift, which is going to a friend of mine. It is a lip balm. I'm not going to open it because I'm going to give it to her. But it is the Laguna. It's like a bronzy lip balm, but I'm going to give this to my friend. And then I got this Nars eyeshadow. If I can open it. I don't normally buy single Nars eyeshadows, but oh yeah, there's a good reason why I did buy this. So let's see if we can get the color. Look at that. Oh, I should have gotten this for Heather because this is her jam. But isn't that beautiful? It's a pinkish, you know what, I'm gonna wear this today. It's a pinkish, you can see the gold, I don't know if you can see the gold, there we go. There's like gold flecks in it. It is so beautiful. And then, I don't know what else I got. Oh, lip glosses. So I got lip glosses in the new formula. This is kind of what I always expected, like the Orgasm one to be. And the Orgasm one is really orange, which is why I did not buy it. And then this shade, oh, what was this shade? This shade is, I cannot read it, it's too light. All right. I'll have to insert it in the film. And then this shade is Love to Lover. And this is kind of a shimmery shade. Kind of a peachy, pinky, shimmery shade. And then it comes with a makeup bag, which I'm going to give to a friend. Well, I couldn't resist, and there's more Nars. And this is upside down, I think. Well, it's right side up, but weird. Okay. So I picked up a whole bunch of lip products. So this is Nympho. So pretty. And it's a very cool toned brown, which is what I actually prefer in a nude lip gloss. And then, oh, I forgot I picked up, actually, mostly I did a bunch of eye products and I totally forgot about it. So let's start, you know what, let's watch these. Okay, so we have Nympho is the first. And then we have Laguna, which this is a lip gloss. And I wasn't sure I was gonna like it, but oh my God, I am loving this right now. And then this was a free gift. And this is also Laguna. So this one is the Balm, which was the free gift. and I didn't think I was gonna like it, but oh my God, I actually really, really like it. So these were the lip products, and then these are now the eyeshadow sticks. So we have the first one, which is Living Sin, which is that one. And then this one is Laguna. They are really marketing Laguna, aren't they? And it's a really nice coppery, bronzy color. And then the third one is Mind Games. And this is kind of a brownie red. And then the last one, which I wasn't sure I was gonna like, is Orgasm. But it turns out I actually love this one. So these are all the shades. So I did pick up a new La Mer brush. Because I don't know if it's being discontinued, and I do have this brush, and I actually do like this brush. But like I said, if you have a lot of disposable income, you know what? So this is the brush. I'm gonna go get the one that's already undone. So this is my old one. I've had it for a couple of years now, and it's really, really fluffy. And this is the newer one, so it hasn't been washed yet. So that's why this isn't as fluffy, because you gotta wash it. But yeah, so I'm not gonna wash this. I'm actually gonna put this in where I keep all my brushes that I don't use or I have, you know, quadruples of, and I just keep everything in like a back stock, if you will. But I don't know if they're discontinuing this brush, and I didn't want to be where I was with Tom Ford, only having 2 bronzer brushes from Tom Ford. I got 4 blush brushes, which was perfect, and then I only had 1 of the eye sets. So I didn't know they were discontinuing their natural hair brushes until after they had done it, and I couldn't get my hands on it. So I'm not doing that again. So as soon as I saw this was on sale, I was like, are they discontinuing it? Now, I had been in Neiman Marcus at Copley, and the counter manager told me that they had discontinued the powder, and then they were reformulating it because I didn't see it anywhere. And I really like the Sicily powder better. But I do like having the La Mer on hand sometimes, especially in the summertime, where the La Mer does a little bit better for like oils and things like that. Now, I normally have dry skin, but in the summertime, if I'm in 80 or 90 degree heat, I really want to have a powder that's going to kind of mattify everything a little bit better. So, but I do like this brush. Do I think it's worth 100? Absolutely not. Do I think it's worth 80? I'm not even sure I agree with that. I know that the reason why it's priced at that is because it is La Mer. But if you only have, say, $100 to spend, I would say buy Hakuhodo, Bishiyodo, or Sonia G and spend that money on natural haired, handmade brushes in Japan. This is not handmade. That I actually don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't know if this is handmade or not. I don't believe this is made in Japan. But yeah, but this is, I mean, you're paying for the name La Mer, let's just be honest. But it is a nice brush. Like when you put the powder on, and it really does a great job of like buffing the powder in. So I'm not gonna say anything bad about this brush because it's actually a really decent brush for setting powder. So that's why I bought a second one. I may actually buy a third one. I haven't decided yet. I don't think I use this brush enough to where I would probably want a third one, but you know, you never know with me. I do strange things. So, but I'm glad I have the second powder brush. And so I'm not going to be where I am, because even though I have like 2 bronzer brushes of Tom Ford, I still never touch them because like I'm afraid. So I may actually buy a 3rd one, because if I had more than 2, you know, because you don't want to ruin them, because once they're discontinued, you can't get them, and then they become a collector's item. And then I actually own this in the regular normal size, but I thought my friend would love this, and I saw it on the Sephora points, so I used my points to get this for her, because I was like, oh my god, I think she'll love this. So this is the Valentino primer. If you saw I spent over $1,000 at Sephora, then you would see that I purchased another one of these, because this is a great primer and I really, really like it. So I love to have it in my collection. And then they sent me this. I don't really like Tom Ford perfumes. I do, however, like Louis Vuitton perfumes. And then I used some points because I wanted to try this. I don't know how it's gonna work on my very, very fair skin, but I figured, you know what, this is a perfect time to take some points, get this Drunk Elephant Be Goldie Bright Drops. I like to mix these with my foundation to give a glowier foundation. So we'll see if I like this particular brand. I have other brands that I do like, that I do use, and I guess that's probably one of the reasons why I love this, is because this primer is very glowy. So, but this is more of a pinkish glow, and this is more of a probably like a gold nude glow. So they're all very different, and they'll give you a different undertone. So I also picked up some skincare, and I love Skinbetter Science. They have some amazing skincare products, and they had a cleanser called like the Oxygen something, and I used it for years, and then they went and discontinued it on me. And I was so sad that they discontinued it, but they brought back a new one, and this is the ingredients list. I don't have the old box, so I can't tell you what the ingredients list is and how different it is, but if I remember correctly, I feel like the salicylic acid and the glycolic acid were a little bit higher up on the ingredient list, but I don't know. So this is the Refining Foam Cleanser. So I'm gonna try it because I really loved their Oxygen Cleanser. And so we'll see. I hate when places will reformulate, or companies reformulate products when they don't need to. Like, don't fix what's not broke, but whatever. So I'm gonna try this. All of their other products are really good. Yes, they are a little pricey, but my skin is worth it, so. And then I picked up some Charlotte Tilbury skincare products, I think this time. Oh my gosh. It really is stuck, isn't it? Jeez, I'm curled. Look at this glue. That's insane. And I love Charlotte Tilbury. I love their cosmetics. I don't love all of their skincare products. Oh my god. Jeez. But I do like this. I mean, it's not like my favorite moisturizer, but I do like it. I didn't like it at first, and then I just kept using it and using it and using it. It's the Magic Cream. And I bought the refill because I don't need the container is a glass container, and it's meant for refills, and actually it has my name engraved on it, and it's so cool. So it's pretty to look at. And so I got the refill, and then I wanted to try this. So this is the Magic Water Cream. Now this has niacinamide in it. So I was like, well, I'm gonna try this, see how I like it. It's kind of an expensive thing to just try, right? But, oh, and it's got the nice glass container. Oh, see, so this is the kind of container that they have for the other one. And it's got the Charlotte little Tilbury thing that you can pluck out. Oh, and that's that. So this one has niacinamide in it and this one does not. So we'll see. I mean, I use a lot of niacinamide, and after a while you're like, geez, how much niacinamide am I using with everything? So I'll probably, when I use this, I probably won't use my niacinamide. I'll just kind of skip it for that day. So yeah, so I decided to try this. This is 1.6 fluid ounces. And I think this is 1.6 fluid ounces too. And then they gave me this free Beauty Light wand in Pillow Talk as a gift, and I am giving this to my friend Jen. You can use this as a highlighter or a kind of like a liquid blush. That's what most people use it for because it's a little too dark for most people to use it as a highlighter. And then they gave some, what did they give? Magic Cream moisturizer. So I'm gonna give these to Jen too. And then I picked up a new, mine was like too stubby. So I decided to pick up a new Pillow Talk Fair. I really, really, really love this lip liner. And as a general rule, my 3 favorite lip liner formulas are Charlotte Tilbury Rephr, and then MAC and Anastasia of Beverly Hills. They're tied for 2nd place. So this is not skincare, but it came in it was in the package. So, and I think that's it. I think that's all I ordered. It's hard to say sometimes because they put so much tissue paper in. So yeah. Hey guys, so I have a quick little story to tell you. So my friend Heather and I were having a conversation about cosmetics, and she was showing me her favorite eyeshadow. I don't even know, it might even be her only eyeshadow. But so I saw it and I noticed that it was an Armani eyeshadow that has been discontinued for a really long time. So I was like, you can't wear that. And so she was like, well, I love this color. And I'm like, it's expired. You can't wear this. So I'm like, I will buy you whatever eyeshadow you want if you do not wear this and you throw this out, whatever you want. So I showed her like Victoria Beckham, Natasha Denona. I mean, all the really, really good ones. So we're looking at Natasha Denona, and I said, this is like the perfect eyeshadow. This is probably what's going to come closest to matching the eyeshadow that you have from Armani that you really like. And so she was like, yes, I love this eyeshadow palette. I said, are you sure? She's like, yeah. I said, okay, I'll buy it for you and I will have Natasha Denona ship it to you. So she got it and she was like, oh, I wore it, blah, 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 blah. And I asked her how she was liking it. She goes, yeah, I really like it. She goes, but it's got a lot of colors to it and I don't really know how to use it. So I was like, well, you use, a brush like this and you use that with windshield wiping motions. And so I'm going through like how to use the palette. And she's like, well, I don't have any brushes. And I said, well, what are you using for, to apply your makeup? And she goes, my fingers. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot have that happen. And then it turns out that I get this email from Rephr saying that they're doing like this last, thing where they're having a site-wide sale. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go and buy her some brushes, her like basic brushes that basically you can do any sort of look with. So And then I was like, well, I'm gonna buy some brushes too. And I really only wanted this brush, which is the 2, but this in a single was already sold out by the time I saw the email and was like, okay, I'm gonna buy some brushes. Like I need any more brushes. But anyway, so I was like, okay, I want this too. But it didn't come because there was, the 2 was sold out. I was like, oh no, what do I do? You know, what do I do? And so I went in and I was like, oh, they have a core eye set. And I wanted to get Heather these anyway. So I'll just get the set so I can get this. And then she can have, you know, her 15, hold on. This is a 15. This is the 1. And this is the 3. So this is a tiny little pencil brush. And then this is like the MAC 218. I think it was 218 or 216. I can't remember. It's been so long. And so this is the Rephr 1. And I like this brush obviously because I have 4 of them. And I have 4 of the number 3s. So, and then I have 4 of these 15s as well. So I was like, this is perfect. So, so I'm gonna be sending Heather these 3 brushes, and so she doesn't use her fingers anymore. And Heather, if you're watching this, I'm also gonna get you a brush holder because after you wash your brushes, you have to hold them this way, okay? Not this way, water gets in the ferrule. You gotta tip them upside down. So I'm gonna go and buy you a brush rack. So that will be sent to you as well. So yes, so outside of these 3 and the 2 that I wanted, because I only had 2 2s. I actually really wanted 4 2s, but I was not able to get, I wasn't gonna buy another full set because I was like, I don't want any more of these brushes. So when they come back in stock, if they come back in stock, I'll probably pick up another one, who knows. And then I had 2 of the O2 Maxes, which was a limited edition item, and they brought it back, or maybe they still had some in stock, I don't know. But I really like this size brush, so I picked up a 3rd one, and then I also picked up the, oh, that is the O2. I'm sorry, the O2 Mini, and this was also a limited edition brush that they still had a little bit of stock on. And then I picked up the O1 Maxi, which, you know, I don't really love. It kind of reminds me, honestly, of one of the, because it's so large, it reminds me of the Tom Ford old brushes. I have one, I never use that brush because it's so big, but on the case that I want to do some big blending, I really wanted a 3rd. Actually, I really like a 4th because I don't like things that aren't even, but whatever. And then the O1 Mini, which I really like. So the O1 and the O1 Mini I really, really like. So this is the O1, this is the O1 Mini. This is one that was in my collection already, and this is one that I just purchased. So, and you will note that these are made in Kumano, Japan, and these are all handmade Japanese brushes. These are probably like a Toyota. Like Hakuhodo would be like a Bentley. You know what I mean? Like, so there's ranges. I do like these. Obviously, I own quite a bit of them. And I actually have more of the eye brushes. I don't have them out here. So the next thing I also wanted to try was this brush, which is 21. I'll take it out. And this is very similar to the MAC brush. I have these types of brushes in weasel hair, which I really like, but you can't really get weasel hair anymore. And I think this is a mix of goat and synthetic. And so I opted to try these 2 just to see. I don't typically like mixed synthetic and goat hair brushes, and I think it's probably goat hair that's mixed in here, but I don't but whatever. I mean, they were $12 each. I don't care. It's like $24. And then they gave a free brush, which is like, why even bother? This is obviously a brush nobody wanted, the 29. I have no idea if they're gonna discontinue this one, but I know they're discontinuing brushes. And this is so small, like what the hell are you supposed to use it for? And the shape is all off. So I don't know. They sent this to me as free. It kind of seems like a cheap gift, just saying. So that is what I ordered. So these were all the brushes that I ordered from Rephr. Okay, so there is more Rephr. The thing is when someone says this is going to be the last sale that they're ever going to do, it's like, are you telling the truth? Are you getting rid of these? What's happening? So I was like a little confused by that because I've never heard of a company saying, we're never doing another sale again. So whatever. So I opted to get just the last bits of things that I kind of wanted. Didn't need, but you know, kind of wanted. So I picked up another 18, so now I have an even number. I'm really weird about that. I love this brush for highlighter or under eye use. So I basically purchased all these so I would have even numbers of everything. Because a couple of them I had 3 and I was like, no, I want 4 of them so that they're even. I'm weird. Let me be weird. And then here's the 19. So I love this 19 brush so much. I really actually do. I wish that this brush came in like Hakuhodo, because Hakuhodo is my favorite brand. My second, well, I would have to say Hakuhodo and Bishiyodo are probably like my 2 favorites, along with Sonia G. But none of them have this. They have something like very similar or close to, but not this. So I really wanted it like a nicer handle for this because I really hate the black matte. It always reminds me of the old Nars brushes and I was never a fan of them. So, but I love this because this is great for all over powder. It hasn't been washed, so it's not bloomed yet, but it does bloom out and it is so beautiful. I do love this 19 brush and I think the sale is still on, so I would take advantage of it. And then I was told this brush, ooh, it's got some hairs, so that's not uncommon for hair to kind of come out the first few times. So I was told this 24 was like the Tom Ford brush. I have 4 Tom Ford brushes. And looking at this now, it is nothing like the Tom Ford brush at all. I don't know why they said it was a dupe. It is not a dupe at all. Oh well. But you know what? This may be good for cream. Yeah, this might be good for creams. But this is not a dupe for Tom Ford. No, it is not. But, and this is gonna bug me because I only have 1 of them, but it's fine. I probably should have just bought 2 and just in case if I didn't like it, who cares? And so I had 3 of these #1 maxis and I really wanted to have a 4th because it's a weird thing. I like even numbers. And then this is 15. So I actually purchased this for my friend Jennifer. So Jennifer, I know you're watching this. Here's your brush. Whoop! It just flung out. Please wash before using. You did get the brush holder that I sent you. I sent one to Heather as well. And wash them and put them in like this. There's a photo. So your brush is here. And then a #2 brush, so now I have 4. These are all for 4s. And then this is the #1 mini, so now I have 4 of them. And then this is the #28. Did I order a 28? No, I think this is the free brush. So they give you like a free brush. So this must be the free brush, and this is a 28. So I'm gonna have to take a look at what this brush is, and I think I'll probably give this to a friend. And then this is the O2 Mini. So that's what I got from Rephr. So Too Faced was having a sale, and I was gonna totally take advantage of the sale. So, whoa. I'm not quite sure what this is. Oh, these are the eyeshadows. Oh, that's kind of clever to put them in here so they don't break. So I wanted to try these eyeshadows. I don't know how, they look very sparkly, but I don't know how they're going to perform. So let's, you know what, let's swatch some of them. All right, so we're gonna try these. Well, they're very sparkly, but actually that's not too bad. Oh, I bet my friend Heather would love this. Heather, if you're watching this, look. That's not bad. So this one is Show Off. And this one is Mystic Pink. Doesn't look very pink. It looks very duochrome and more like a peach copper. Yeah, that's not pink. What? That is pink. That is definitely not pink. It's beautiful. I'm not saying it's not beautiful. And it's pretty pigmented. Actually, I was worried about these, but I don't know why, because these are beautiful. So I bought this before, and mine was expired, so I wanted to buy this again. I really bought it for that color and that color. And actually that color and that color is pretty good too. But yes, I do love these formulas. And then I already bought this before, but mine was expired, so I wanted to buy it again. So you can see how pigmented these are. I really do like the formula. They're owned by Estee Lauder now, and I was worried that there was going to be a problem with formula, but they seem to still have a perfect formula. And I have purchased these before. Mine were expired, so I wanted to get more of them. This is Head in the Clouds. And the packaging is so cute. Isn't that a pretty color? And then this one is Tequila Sunset. You always have to be careful with these. I love that they're there for protection, but and this has to be my favorite blush color, Candy Clouds. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? It is like the perfect, if you have dark skin though, this may not show up, which is why they have Super Candy Clouds. And that is Candy Clouds. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this pink blush so much. Okay, and we have the last Too Faced package. 2 more of these glitter eyeshadows. So we have Fairy Dust and Heart Eyes. This is Fairy Dust. Where do we put it? I'll put it up here. Oh, that's cool. So it's like a white and not really a silver. I like that a lot, actually. And Heart Eyes. And this is a cranberry. Ooh, okay. It's weird because some of them are very pigmented. Here, I'll put it right here. Whoa. Some of them are very pigmented and others are just like barely there. That is some pigment. And there's still, I mean, I did not dig into that. So she's pretty. Oop. These are nice. These are a lot nicer than I thought they were gonna be. And then I wanted to try this. I saw somebody online wear this and I thought, oh, that is so beautiful. Oop, there we go. Oh yeah. Okay, these glitter formulas are phenomenal. Look at that here. That's beautiful. And thank you for watching and see you in my next video.